Bump, 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 bump. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. Sorry I haven't been present as much this week. I'm freaking tired from working all the time. I even worked today. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. I got just Jay Nagy and Capital Mindset on tonight. So, boom. What are we gonna talk about?
Where's our Mexican brother?
I think he's got something to do with his in-laws. He was messaging me, but I was like busy with my parents. I wasn't really reading in much detail. He might pop on. He might not. What about Nate? What about Nathaniel?
Dude, Nate's doing stand-up tonight. He's somewhere. He won't. Like whenever we do live streams this late on a Saturday, Nate's Saturdays are pretty much he's got stand-up gigs.
Yeah, I mean, once probably starting next week, we'll probably start him at 1 or 2 or something like that, if that's better for y'all. Today was just a special day.
No worries, dude. I mean, sometimes we're not going to be able to even do the live stream.
No, I will do it every single weekend, no matter what.
Dude, I don't know.
Jay.
Not if Vladimir doesn't want you to, man.
Well, speaking of Russians, did you guys sell all your stocks because Russia invaded that little country in Eastern Europe?
No. I'm thinking about adding a couple more shares of Baba.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I was going to go below 100 that one day.
I know, you talked with me.
I was like, "Ooh, I can't believe this."
Dude, when I originally was running numbers on it, I had its gram number at 80. I'd have to go back and recalculate its gram number. But I was like,
Graham Steph.
Was that like 150 or 160 when I did that? I'm like, can you imagine if it dropped to $80? I'm like, I would just be robbing houses in my neighborhood and selling their stuff on eBay.
Yeah, imagine you do that and then it just keeps dipping and then you get thrown in jail.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I probably would, but like, there's a neighbor who last night was setting up all of her. They're always having a garage sale. I think they go around and they pick up stuff on the street curb, and then they have a garage sale once, like every couple months. They were putting the stuff out last night, and I was like, I could just be boxing that stuff up while they're asleep. I got stocks to buy. I'm trying to retire. You guys might have done the work, but you made poor decisions by leaving it out. And me being your neighbor, should have thought.
I think the reason Jay's so tired every time we stream is because he's a grave robber. I think he spends all night trying to find jewelry in people's coffins.
Dude, if that gets me to the retirement land, early, I'm all for it.
I mean, you can max the tax advantage accounts, or you can just rob graves. You know, that's also an alternative.
Dude, we got a guy here. He's buying Facebook. Not a bad decision. I've told you several times. My hatred of the Facebook stock is irrational, but that's why I'm not a buyer. Plus, I'm not big into adding any more positions, really. If it's already in my top 10 holdings, I don't know that I necessarily see the point of buying Microsoft or Apple.
Baba's almost in your top 10, or it probably.
I know it probably will be, and I mean, I say that, but I'm sure if Microsoft dropped to $100 next week, I'd be just backing a truck up to just be like, just give me the Microsoft shares.
Well, you have that infamous whiteboard behind you. I bet you could sell that for a pretty penny.
Dude, that whiteboard's probably worth at least $10,000.
You need to start using that again, man. It was so awesome when you had those videos. Remember the one you did with the card trick, making fun of Andre G?
Oh, and I just flung it out there. I didn't get much response. I should probably start doing it again. Because I mean, in full disclosure, like in my portfolio, right? In my Vanguard, that is mostly the total world stock market index fund through Vanguard. And inside my brokerage account, though, that's mostly total world stock market, because it's like I have to sell that. I'm not going to just sell it to move it into the total world market. Because you were the one that convinced me, because I was total world, or I was total US stock market. And then we started doing this live stream and you said, nah, dude, you just buy the whole world, because, sometimes international outperforms US. And I was like, it's very logical. But I'm not just going to open myself up to tax liabilities just to take the total US market out of there. But Andre Geek didn't know the difference between, what was it, the total US market and the S&P 500.
Hint, there's really not much of a difference, but
I mean, there's not, but there's no point in holding that, especially in his situation. I mean, I guess you could make the case that if you started buying the S&P 500 index fund and then you thought about it and you're like, nah, it's probably better total US market or total world market, I can see the point of not selling it to incur more taxes. But I mean, he didn't talk about it. He's just like, yeah, I'm diversifying. And I'm like, how are you diversifying?
I mean, so actually I got this interesting message from this guy on Instagram, and I don't check Instagram a lot, ladies and gentlemen, so don't message me. But one of the guys, he sent me a message. He said you should, if you have VOO and VTI, you can actually sell in between those to tax loss harvest. Because, I mean, you want to avoid a wash sale. And as long as these securities are substantially different, you can actually sell one if they're down and buy the other, and you get to deduct that loss on your tax return. So that is an option if you want to be like 100% US. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, actually, I would do more research because I think they're more equivalent than they're not. So you don't want the IRS to disallow that loss, but it's something to consider, because you can definitely save money on taxes.
Yeah, I mean, but it comes to a point. Yeah, I get it. But it's like at a certain point, man, it's just like, how much time are you just going to put into doing stuff that's really not going to net you that much gains? I don't know. I would have to look into that, but.
So, Fabio, are you buying Foot Locker?
Oh yeah, I did. I don't know if you saw that. Yeah, I bought a piece of Foot Locker.
Video title.
Yeah. All I did was I talked about Foot Locker a while ago when it was like 40, and I said I didn't understand it. I didn't like it. It looked cheap, but there were some risks like Nike, and then they actually ended up manifesting, and then so more recently just cratered to like 26 and then 20. I picked up some shares at 27 as like an experiment, right? I talked about that. It's just an experiment. So I put it into my speculative side of the portfolio, and we're going to see what happens. Because now I don't know, the valuation model was telling me that it's now dirt cheap. It's basically trading for.
I mean, debt. But are you using revenue assumptions based on Nike sales, or did you really?
No, I took the current cash flows, and then I just assumed levels of decay. So I actually did assume that cash flows are going to decline for 10 whole years from the present, right? And it's not a company that I don't like it. I made a whole point to kind of say how in this relationship, Nike is daddy. Okay. So Foot Locker just does whatever it is that these bigger brands want. They don't have any power. Whoever has the power is the one who holds the customer, right? So Nike holds the customer, Adidas holds the customer. Foot Locker doesn't hold the customer. Foot Locker is just the seller, right? And it's not really high barrier to entry. Foot Locker has to rely on its special relationship with Nike. And then I talked to a couple people who they are in the space. They sell sneakers and stuff like that, but on a big, they move tens of millions of volume, right?
I'm in the sneaker business, boys.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I don't understand.
Are these guys that bought sneakers when they were when the market was going up, everybody was getting stimmy checks, and they had the whole sneaker boom thing? Were these the guys buying and selling sneakers?
Well, I mean, I guess this guy did participate in that. He's the little brother of a very close friend of mine. He didn't even go to college. He literally is a hustler. He has 3 or 4 businesses.
He didn't go to college? He didn't agree?
He didn't go to college, no. Yeah, he he's good on him, but he really knows or understands this game. And I was asking him, and basically Foot Locker, what they get is these like special deals on certain, I don't know, shoes that people really like. I don't care. I really don't care about shoes. I'll go buy shoes. Do they fit? Do they feel nice? Great. I really couldn't care less.
You
but
wear
a
those
lot of
dad
people.
sneakers, don't you?
what are dad sneakers? The one like I don't even know the name
New
of that
Balance,
brand.
I think there are.
Yeah, New Balance. Yeah, that's it.
He wears the kangaroos. He's got that little side pocket on him so he can put his lunch money in there.
One day.
Dude, do you remember those? Did you have those as a kid? I had them.
I don't remember.
They were Velcro. They were Velcro, so you didn't have to.
Oh, yes.
They had a little pouch on the side that I could put my like dollar when I went to lunch.
Yeah. The Velcro sneakers, 100%. Everyone's been telling me to look at Crocs.
Oh,
I don't know
God.
why. Yeah. So Crocs.
Maybe the stock's a buy, but the freaking shoes are kind of ridiculous.
I looked at
Especially here in Virginia, like you don't get much time to really wear them. I mean, it gets pretty freaking cold here for like half the year.
Yeah.
Dude, I looked at Foot Locker like 6 months ago, and I think the conclusion that I came to was stimmy checks got pumped into Foot Locker, and I don't understand the sneaker market, so I'm just gonna whatever. Like that's what I think I said at the end of the video. I go, look, if you're a sneakerhead and you know way more about like what's going on with sneakers, this might be for you. But again, it's something that I say circle of competence. It's like shoes to me is like I walk into the store, Dick's or wherever, and I go, I need sneakers that I'm going to wear for 6 months to a year. I try them on. They look kind of cool. And then I walk out of the store and I don't care at that point.
Well, you're obviously not cool and popular, Jay. I'm not sure.
I don't. I've never gotten the whole sneaker thing. I'm not. I guess it's probably because I'm not into collectibles. Like people get super into collectibles or whatever, and to me, that's what sneakers are. And I'm sure there's a market just like baseball cards, but I don't know anything about it, and I don't really care about it. I don't care to learn either.
I mean, I was just never a fan of Foot Locker. Like you guys, I hate freaking shoes. Like I'll wear shoes 2, 3, 4 years and they'll fall apart. And actually, like my parents will come down and they'll be like, Chris, you've had these same freaking shoes for 3 or 4 years. And they're like, hey, for a present, we'll go and buy you some shoes. So like, I almost never buy freaking shoes. But
this is
like,
what I wear most of the time. They're just Coker and Marauders, man.
Are you part of any like neo-fascist movements?
No, dude, you can't tell what I'm wearing when I'm wearing them with jeans. But no, dude. Those are like $160. And you know, the last pair I had when I was in the Air Force, I just bought a pair and I wore them the entire time I was in the Air Force.
Oh yeah, because y'all never go to the field, man. You know how many freaking boots I destroyed?
I'm sure, but I'm just saying for normal wear, man, just a pair of boots that you buy, you can wear them for 5-10 years, whereas sneakers just fall apart. That's why I think sneakers are stupid. I paid $220 for these Jordans, and then I'm mad because they got a smudge on them.
So Fabio's buying. Yeah. I'm not. I'm buying VT.
No. I bought one tranche and I'm done. I'm not buying anymore.
Define tranche.
So I allocated. It's public on the portfolio. I already updated it, but it's like 1% done. Nothing else.
Okay, and what dollar value do you have invested in it?
Oh, you're trying to get it out of me.
$100,000. I have $100 million, bro.
1% of my portfolio is $1 million.
No, I remember watching a video, and you did say you put I put 10,000 into Baba or something like that, or maybe I was like hearing things. And then
you're hearing things. Don't worry, you're hearing things.
I put this and this, and I was like, wait a minute, you can freaking calculate his portfolio.
Yeah, that was
I put 2% in this.
Yeah, I said that if someone really like wants to, they could, but like I don't want to make it easy.
Okay, guys, go find that video. Take the number that he invested and divide it by the percentage, and you will get his net worth.
No, No.
It's probably buried in one of your old videos. I remember hearing that like a long time ago.
Good thing. There's now a lot of videos. So like it's an ocean of videos, and I'm not even going to say the length of the video.
Fabio, I will find that video and I will calculate your net worth. I will make a video about it.
Fabio, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to devote any amount of time to figuring it out.
Beautiful. That's great. That's how I want
it. To me, I look at it and I go, it's the same thing I say over and over again on here. Like, there was just some moron that commented, "You guys talk crap about guys that are way better off than you." Like, yeah, none of us sell courses. They made all their money off YouTube. Yes, they have more money than us. Still doesn't mean anything.
No, the best one is when you get made fun of for having a job. It's like, oh, of course you have a job. That's because you bought VT. But if you had bought cryptocurrency, you'd be retired at 18 years old, loser. I get that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, dude, if you had just YOLO'd all your money into Dogecoin last year, you'd have a lot less money today unless you sold it and redeemed it for cash, even though crypto's the future and we're all going to be living on Mars.
It's the currency of Mars, bro. That's who is that guy's name? Final Stand. Like literally the dumbest person I've ever heard in my life. He's the one that said, in all seriousness, that he thinks Dogecoin is going to be the currency of Mars.
Yeah, there was somebody on here one day telling us that solving the truck stop problem would handle us. And I was like, in like what way? The dude like you said, the dude honestly thinks we're going to be on Mars soon. And it's like, do I have to sit here and explain to you the inherent difficulties of the journey to Mars and how we don't have the technology to currently do that and bring somebody back?
Jay, you don't believe enough in Elon Musk.
I mean,
as solving the truck stop problem says, don't bet against Elon ever. You will lose.
Brooklyn Stock Shop. Where do these guys?
That is right.
Is that Finance King?
Yeah, he changed his name. He's from Brooklyn now, man. He comes on my channel to get publicity, and he was begging me to come on my channel. Because
I told him he was free to. I told him he was free to come on my channel. I said, "You're free to come on." I'm like, I'm not going to argue with you about anything because you pick hot garbage penny stocks. I don't care what they do. I don't
Brooklyn,
care.
I'm never letting you on my channel, okay? You're never going to get – this is the only publicity you're going to get. There's currently 105 people watching right now. This is all you're going to get, dude. And I guarantee you none of them are going to subscribe to your channel.
Also, I don't even know how you have money for stocks when you spend all your money on a Mr. T starter kit. Am I expected to believe that you have money when you're just constantly buying gold chains?
Yeah, that's not real gold. Come on, he got it from Claire's or something.
He robbed a homeless guy in New York City for gold.
Give me that chain,
He
bitch.
waited till some homeless guy passed out and then walked past him and was like, "Oh, that guy's got a gold chain. That's mine."
Or it's probably one of his son's teething toys or something like that. I need to wear my son's teething toys as jewelry, like little key rings or something.
Is he teething yet?
Oh yeah, he's been teething for freaking months, man. Drooling, bites everything. It just gets into everything. I know, Fabio, you said you might have kids one day. Prepare yourself.
Yeah. Oh,
see, this crib costs a lot of money. You better start saving.
Oh,
it's going to happen in like 4 or 5 years. So,
hey, Brooklyn Stock Shop. I mean, when you make these claims like this, I actually have the email in my email file where I said, "You're welcome to come on my channel." And I don't know why you're sitting there denying that fact. I don't really care enough about you to sit here and prove, but I emailed you back. I said, "Let me know, man, when a time works for you."
All right, Brooklyn, if you give me $100 super chat right now, I will let you on my channel.
Yeah. All right,
I'm waiting. Where's my money?
Brooklyn Truck Stop. That's what we're changing his name to. Elemental got him with that one.
Elemental, we need to have you back on, man. We miss you. And apparently, I think he got really mad at me because I made fun of Peter Schiff. Because he tells you to buy gold. Gold.
Peter Schiff, regardless of what, it's like Peter Schiff to me is like the kind of like the Alex Jones of the finance world. But I like listening to him. I'm like, why is this guy telling me the world's coming to an end?
Did you guys hear that slam? Let me go make sure my wife isn't dead. I'll be right back. You guys can keep talking.
Oh, okay. I was
I thought he was.
I have a lot of people, or they might try to sneak up on me. So,
dude, I thought he was kidding around when he said, "Did you hear that slam?"
Yeah. No.
So all you picked up in this drop was Foot Locker?
I mean, like this week. Well, I had to liquidate Gazprom. So I made a video about that update. I liquidated Gazprom because I didn't know what the sanctions coming were going to entail. So I didn't want to be caught, holding a Russian asset.
Yeah, dude,
my brokerages. So I can say this because I already got permission from my workplace. We liquidated Gazprom as well, and then I liquidated my personal account as well. We didn't make as much money as we could have if we had hindsight and a crystal ball. We would have sold the entire position because we only trimmed it, and then we sold the remainder for about, it's still pretty good, but over the course of 2 years now, 50% profit. But it could have been executed a little bit better. I think there were signs clearly that we could have, but coulda, shoulda, woulda. It was still good. It was okay.
So somebody walked in. Okay? Oh, sorry. Is my wife dead? Yeah, she died. My whole family's dead. But
the stream comes first.
The stream comes first.
The stream comes first. You kill the intruder and you came back.
Yeah, there's 3.5 billion girls in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Well, dude, right.
Last comment from this loser, and then we'll go to more serious things. I don't care about coming on your channel, Strongman. Yes, you do. I just want to rip you. You're scared to have me on because you know what I will say. What are you gonna say, bro? You're bald. VT sucks. I'll come on Jay Nagy though and say what I have to about you. Go right ahead.
Well, that really depends because if it starts turning into one of those things where you're complaining about Chris the whole time, that'll get the stream shut down also.
Well, what about me, Kevin? What do y'all think about that guy?
I
hear he didn't give me $1,000 like he said he would.
Well, dude, I gained respect that he came on your channel.
Yep.
Kevin, if you're still watching, get Jeremy on my channel, okay? Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah, well,
I tattooed chef.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the thing, dude. Like the whole frenemy video where he was mad at me. He was mad at me, Kevin, for selling tattooed chef is about the funniest thing that I've seen in a while. Because it's like it'd be like me doing a video. I think Chris sold Baba. Like, I don't care.
Honestly, Jay, if you sold Baba, I would probably be pissed. Okay, I would be concerned about your life.
Well, if I sold Baba at this point, it would have to be like something drastically changes, like to the underlying fundamentals. Because I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm married to any stock. Jeremy mission.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
yeah,
but
I'm slacking on my Jeremy videos.
The problem with this is Kevin is smart and he can defend his ideas, even though I don't agree with him a lot of stuff. And I'll just blatantly say I don't agree with him selling courses. Jeremy is not smart enough to defend anything that he does.
But dude, he's a
that's why he's not going to come on your channel.
Growth and forward PE. I'm actually going to make a video where I'm going to go in Fidelity and I'm going to screen out all the high revenue growth stocks and pick all the stocks that sound futuristic, and that'll be my portfolio. Then I'll start pumping that on YouTube and make millions of dollars. That's literally how easy it is, guys. There's no rocket science behind that.
You should make
companies like Voyager Digital.
Yeah, I thought, well, actually, I want to grow my channel more. And then I'm going to find these really, small penny stocks, and then I'm going to buy into them and then pump them on my channel. And then that's how I'm going to get rich.
Oh my gosh, that's so cringe.
I mean, that's how it is.
That's so cringe. Oh, yeah. I don't understand what his latest obsession. I mean, I just noticed. It was not his latest obsession. It's I guess latest. When I say latest, is like past couple years. With vegan food companies. I don't understand it
because it's a hype. Because it's a hype market thing. That's why. You know what I mean? It's like
he could be in like a really liberal area. You know, maybe it's a big deal in Soy Boy Central.
Las Vegas.
But when he was talking about like Scottsdale, where he was in that video, that's an extremely wealthy neighborhood. I know because we used to go down to Scottsdale from Luke Air Force Base. And so you are right. There's probably a lot of soy boys down there eating that hot vegan crap.
Like Elemental. I mean, Elemental is like a self-professed soy boy. At least he owns it. All right, so Greg says, what about your 36B life? I was actually 11, bro. I was not 36B. Everybody thinks I'm a tanker because I have a freaking cavalry flag. Well, now I have a freaking flower on my wall. I don't know who freaking put that there. But I used to have a my army little thing back there. And people think I used to be cavalry. I was not cavalry. I was infantry.
Why? What's wrong with cavalry?
You can't be a fan of cav if you're infantry, man. Okay, it's like a rivalry. You wouldn't understand. You're in the Air Force, Jay.
So what if I was in the chair force? Enlighten me.
I mean, I don't know the origins of this. I just know infantry doesn't like cavalry. That's all you got to know, man.
He's just keeping the tradition alive.
That's it. Yeah,
he's probably over 100 years old.
But that's it.
I didn't realize there was so much. I didn't realize there was so much inner army hatred.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of hate, tons of hate, man. And it was funny because like my unit was an infantry unit, but it was 3rd Cavalry Regiment, which is hilarious because it used to be a cavalry unit, but then they converted it into an infantry unit, but they kept the name cavalry. So all these like Hua infantry guys that came from like airborne units, they had to wear like cavalry hats and cavalry spurs. So there's kind of like a self-hatred in the unit. It was really weird. But
dude,
side note, that's it.
Yeah, it's so weird. There's like virtually no hate in the Air Force. There's like anybody who's in like a different squadron where we're like, oh, we just hate those guys.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. Jeremy's dad video is like one of the most brilliant things on the internet, dude. I was laughing so hard at that video where he talks about being outside the sex shop.
Hey, Jeremy's dad, I sent you a text. Okay, I need to know the details. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I actually have Jeremy's dad's phone number. I don't know if y'all realize that. I'm kind of a big deal now,
I love the creativity of the internet. Jeremy's dad, Jeremy's stepsis. As soon as he pushed that out there, someone snapped the picture and made an account.
I couldn't believe it.
It's so great. Like I'm just sitting there watching that video, shaking my head, going, "This is absolute brilliance." And it's one of those things where it's like, go, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
But you did, it's so great.
Yeah. The internet's a wonderful, wonderful place.
I mean, imagine like you're a big YouTuber and then you discover there's like this whole movement of people just mocking everything about you, That must be Jeremy's position right now.
Well,
yeah, I'm not drinking anything.
What's up?
No, I saw a question. I was very confused. It was like, Fabio, what are you drinking? I was like, I haven't taken a sip this entire stream. What do you mean? And now I saw the context. You guys are drinking. So they're asking.
Oh, I'm not drinking. I'm just drinking water.
Am I the only drunk on this live stream?
Yeah, you're the only drunk.
You know how many freaking hours I worked this week, ladies and gentlemen? It's insane. I was so tired I couldn't even make Jeremy videos. And I like making Jeremy videos.
How many hours did you work?
I do 10-hour days now. So I have to get up at 6. I work from 7 to 6 with an hour lunch. Then I go to the gym. Then I come home and take care of my kid, and then I have maybe 30 minutes an hour for freaking videos. And then I work this morning from 7 to noon. So, I mean, basically it's like work, gym, eat, sleep.
Yeah, busy season. Oof.
But hey, I'm learning a lot. I'm becoming the master of taxes.
Mark Stammons, Jeremy truly gives off creeper vibes. Like you think you like that video where he's talking to Graham was borderline disturbing. I'm like, just because it's him. Like if anybody, because it's like a normal person, man, I would have taken that tattooed chef bull, walked up to him and walked up to her and said, "Do you think this stuff is any good?" That's all you had to do.
Yeah, but you have to breathe in her neck.
Oh, dude, I guarantee you what Jeremy left out of there is the part about him smelling a pair of panties he took off a dryer line right before he went over to that woman.
Jeremy the panty sniffer.
Dude, Jeremy.
Don't believe strongman. He's totally a pogue. I'm a pogue now. I am Army Reserve Human Resources now, and I am proud of it.
Dude, I am a proud pogue, all right? In the Air Force, that stands for personnel on the ground because it is, the chair force after all.
Yeah, you're all pogues. It means person other than a grunt. So if you're not infantry,
I know what it means.
Okay. I was I don't know what that means.
What the hell's going on?
Like,
in this channel. What's going on?
I get it that you call it personnel other than grunt, but I mean, what about combat controllers?
Pogue. Just kidding. All right. Let's talk about stocks. Any stocks that we're interested in? Any buys? Any sells? I want to hear your live recommendations for what I should buy.
From the audience.
Bro, I really honestly think that in the next year or two, stuff's going to come on sale. And this is what I don't get about people. I don't understand the rush to buy individual stocks. I don't get it. It's like you think that it's like a necessity, man. And it's like you could just max your tax advantage accounts and just wait around for stuff to come on sale when you find it. But
Disney. Oh, thanks, Jeremy.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
Or she.
my upsis.
Oh gosh.
All right. So this guy, buy Smith and Wesson. I disagree. I liked it for half a second, and then I almost called you Jeremy. Jay set me straight because I sent you a message, and then he was like, "Hey, okay." And then I looked at it more, and I was like, "This is just a political gambling stock."
Yeah.
Well, so that's what I said. That's what I said to you. Is I said, dude, I'm just like I think this is all just stimmy checks. And if you look at like record amounts of guns being sold, I don't see it. I don't see that. I don't see it maintaining that. Plus, if you get a Republican in the next presidency, and that Republican, by the time you get to the Republican second term, gun sales are going to drop. That's how it works all the time.
Yeah, Republicans are horrible for gun companies, man. You don't want to be, if you think Republicans are going to win, you want to stay away from gun stocks. Now, if AOC runs for president and you think she's going to win, maybe that's a great time to buy gun stocks, but it's still a gamble at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, I mean, there's money to be made there. Like, if you get in on, you can make money if you get in on anything at the right price. And it's like, for me, make gun videos. You want me to break out my AR-15? For me right now, after I just had to spend 10 grand on my house, the only thing I'm doing right now is maxing my tax advantaged accounts.
And buying Smith & Wesson in them?
No, if I'm going to buy, I'm not going to buy Smith & Wesson stock. I might buy a Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against guns, but I'm not a big gun buyer. Like, I'm actually a very cheap person. I just buy my guilty pleasures are alcohol, tobacco, and maybe the occasional book. Everything else goes to freaking stocks, and then wife and kid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, that's being a guy. That's being a grown man and saving for your retirement and being responsible.
You think the average grown man saves for his retirement, Jay? Well, what are
No,
the
they spend their money on overpriced shoes.
Yeah, we're like freaking super. Every man on this panel right now is like super wealthy compared to the average American. It's freaking pitiful. So if you ever feel bad, ladies and gentlemen, and you think other people are getting rich on YouTube and everybody's making money, it's BS. Okay, most people are freaking broke losers.
Yeah, and
well, yeah, dude. I mean, because if you look at it like this, dude, I think I told you guys this. I'm going to bring it up again. I was at work and this guy was telling me about his whatever truck. And it was, the biggest, stupidest truck you could buy. And he was telling me he had like an $800 a month car payment. And I'm looking at him and I'm going, bro, you make like 70 grand a year. And he's like, yeah, man, that doesn't matter to me. And I go, do you know how much money that you would have in retirement if you just saved it? And he's just like, he's looking at me and I go, why do you need a giant stupid truck? You don't have giant stupid truck money. And he goes, bro, I like driving my truck. And I go, okay, that's fine. Be poor in retirement. The dude I don't even think he was contributing 5% to his TSP. I think he was doing like 3%. And I'm just looking at him. I'm like, you make 70 grand a year. You bought an $80,000 truck. This is the typical American's mindset. I mean,
I wish I didn't care like that. I wish that, I could just, spend everything and just live a life of leisure and then put off the pain till retirement. But that's just not how I'm wired.
Yeah, but why would you wish that? Because when that dude's retired, that truck alone is probably over the course of his investing life going to cost him $1 million.
Yeah, well, then life wouldn't be stressful, Jay. You just don't worry about anything. Nothing matters. Just get whatever you want.
So what you're saying is you want to be down at the truck stop and retire.
Potentially. But Fabio, is something bothering you? Did you see a comment?
No. I mean, I was thinking in my head, when I stare into the distance like that, I'm thinking.
And it looks he's probably doing like a DCF he's probably doing a DCF in his head. Like,
yeah.
No. I'm thinking about like SoFi because I saw SoFi and then I know.
No.
And, but I always want to hear the argument out because I've heard different bullish arguments and usually they were actually from buddies of mine that I've had for a while. They're newer to the market and then they actually got pumped into SoFi. I remember they used to like cheer on this Chamath Palihapitiya or whatever the heck. He I guess was I don't know, involved in that company or something. But SoFi, they cater to, I don't know, wealthier clientele or whatever. And I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, I don't know what the heck is appealing about them. So for example, like Bank of America, Chase, all these, they have very good services for people who have, lots of money. Are they catering to them or am I misunderstanding everyone?
I do taxes for wealthy people and not
do they have a SoFi account?
SoFi account. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, do you guys know that, for example, with Bank of America, they have the program, the preferred rewards program, that if you have money with them and then they get up to 100K, you get like all these other benefits on like their cashback cards. Not this is a credit card channel, but their cashback cards actually become the best cashback return and no annual fee of any card.
Wait, what do you have to do? Do you have to have an income?
You have to have 100K. No. You just have
100K of cash sitting in my bank account.
Or Merrill counts as well. So you can have the Merrill Edge investment account, and then if you have 100K with them, you get Platinum Plus, and so they have Gold, Platinum, and Platinum Plus. Gold starts at 20, Platinum starts at 50, Platinum Plus is 100K and above, and then they have after that they have like a way for you to borrow against your assets that I think starts at like 500K. And the rates are not that good. The rates are like, I think they're 4%. Don't quote me. They change. So they do change every time. You can just go on Merrill and they request it. And then it gets really low. Like 100 million, you're borrowing at like 0.05%.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It gets,
dude,
so that's what we have their money. And the big commercial banks, that's the customers they really want to focus on. They don't really care about the complete.
Boy, because isn't it like the rich, they're worried about paying capital gains. So like these banks
For
will lend
fun.
them money super
Yeah.
cheap. They don't have to sell their assets.
Well,
Yeah,
dude, that's one of the things when they talk about income inequality skyrocketing from the 80s, they never factor in is also the drop in interest rates.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the like wealthy billionaire dudes like Elon Musk, they just take on
Yeah.
these cheap loans.
Yeah. And one more thing
I'm not
about
saying that's the only reason. I'm just saying that's a factor in it.
you also have to consider that the commercial banks, the big boys, like the very big boys, they're the primary dealers. You know how much of an advantage that is? In banking, a lot of people don't understand that. It's like you're dealing in a very rigged game where the government has rigged it so that they are already set to win. So like if you're not a primary dealer and you're going up against an entity that has that sort of ability. Oh my God. I have people over and I guess they're drinking or something and they just put a picture of Xi Jinping staring at me through the door.
See, look at Fabio sacrificing his youth to hang out with two old losers.
Who is that? I'm just curious. Just show your face.
Dude. Dude, that's just to remind you who you're not allowed to talk crap about on this live stream.
Yeah, I saw my viewers drop to 0 all of a sudden. It's really weird.
Yeah, it's like I said something rough about Xi Jinping, and then I started losing subscribers.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. So if you have 100K with them, they give you ridiculous cash back.
So it's 5.25% cash back on their not rotating category, on the category of your choosing, but they limit you because you can go crazy with that at I think 1,000, don't quote me on this number, but 1,500 or something like that. But the point is, like, all of theirs, you can boost whatever the percent is by 75%. So like, not that it's 75%, you boost it by 75%. So grab whatever percentage it is. If it's like 3% cash back, you multiply by 1.75, 5.25. And then there are no annual fee cards. Like I hate annual fee cards. I think that's such a silly game that people start to get into, like the Amex Platinum.
I don't touch that crap.
I don't even understand people because they think it's like a flex or something to have an Amex Platinum or something like that. But it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you're just telling me that you're spending like $600 a year, I think now it is, and you're basically calling Amex your daddy, because you're definitely probably not getting the full benefits unless you're traveling all the freaking time. And even
so sorry to interrupt, but Fidelity actually has a card, which I use because I'm a genius, where you spend money, and as long as you deposit the rewards into Fidelity, you get 2% cash back. So what I do is I just automatically, all my spendings on my Fidelity cards, me and my wife, and we get like an automatic cash reward of 2% that goes straight to our brokerage account. And then I just put it in like an international index fund or something like that. So it's extra money to slowly get rich on boring investments.
Yeah.
Like 2%'s not the best thing in the world, but it's better than most freaking cards.
Well, if you're going to spend the money anyways and you're getting whatever back, any amount of money back, it's a good deal. It's like, that's what I think everybody should do. It's like, just pay all your bills on your credit card if it's cash back, and then take that money and either reinvest it or use it to pay down the card, however you want to do it. Or spend that whatever amount of money on hookers and blow. I don't know. What you do.
Jay, have you actually experienced a hooker or done blow? I need to know. You look at him.
It's like
he's just like, he's like, yeah, I've done that. Just be loud and proud, Jay. Come on.
I was in Germany. I was in Germany for 2.5 years, man. I mean, Amsterdam's right around the corner.
Oh my gosh.
That's totally a dude. All right. Why do you have a chick on your profile pic? Come on, man. You got us excited last time when we found out you were a fraud.
Yeah, dude. No, Amsterdam Amsterdam, when you're traveling with a bunch of military dudes, Amsterdam turns into a good time when you get into the red light district.
Yeah, I've always been married. I mean, I was briefly single, but I've always been like a married man. So I never got the pleasure of like, haunting the, seedy parts of town.
I mean, it is what it is, dude. It's a transaction. It's like she needs money, so you pay her because you both have needs. And I mean, ultimately, it's empty, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's some wisdom, everybody. Take some notes, all right?
Well, I'll just comment on this last thing because I just see this. This is not a credit card, but I used to be a big fan of all that stuff. If you take that same, I think it's the new one from Bank of America. It's 1.5% on everything, and then you have 100K with them. You get 2.6% cash back, unlimited. How about that? That beats.
Yeah, but if you have 100K with them, I mean, you have to be invested in their like asset management program.
No, Merrill. Yeah.
So with Merrill Lynch,
you like, let's say you open a Merrill account and you put it in the Merrill Edge and you buy BT. There you go. Now you have 100K with them. There you go.
God, now I have to open another freaking brokerage.
No.
I'm not doing that. Like I'm good where I am right now. I use the Chase Rewards card. I think I get 1.5% cash back on stuff.
Yeah. Do you hear the percentages that we're fighting over here? This is like,
Yeah, no, I get it. Like, I'd love to get 5% cash back on things, but I mean, it's like at a certain point, I'm like, I'm not transferring money everywhere.
2.6 though. Come on, Jay. 2.6.
I like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it's like, no, I'm not opening anything else.
Dude, when I was a lot younger, there was actually this thing with Chase Freedom, where if you got a credit card with them, you got a $200 credit on your account if you spent like $500 in 3 months. So I opened one for me and I opened one for my wife, and I got like, 1%, 2% rewards or 5% in some categories. And I got $400 total back as like a, cash back reward. So like I made a pretty tidy sum of money just by opening a credit card. And then I never used it again after that.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. In all honesty, you could, because a lot of those cards give you a higher percentage rate for the first 12 months. So it's like, you could go, okay, well, I used this Chase card for a year. Now I'm going to use this Discover card that I just opened up. Problem becomes if you just open up too many credit cards after a while.
You start to lose track, and then you got like, oh, what am I spending this on? Oh crap, I forgot to pay this credit card. Like you can screw it up pretty easily.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think about the credit card companies? Let's I guess we're on this topic. Let's go to the stocks of these. So we have Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover.
Bro, I would love to own Visa. It's just, can you pick it up for the right price? I mean, you look at that company. It's a massive moat. I mean, like, look, that's one of the best things you could put your money into. Especially if you use the Warren Buffett analogy. If you had to buy a stock and then the stock market closed down for 5 years, where would you want to put your money?
Tattooed Chef.
Tattooed Chef.
Tattooed Chef entered a partnership with Visa.
Oh my God. Well, Morningstar says that the fair value, and we can all trust Morningstar because all I do is read analyst opinions. Its fair value is 221 and it's currently at 219. So I would say that's not a buy there, Fabio. Okay, unless you want to make like 0.5%.
I just thought of something in accordance with what Jay Nagy just said. So Tattooed Chef says they partnered with Visa. So now you can buy Tattooed Chef with Visa.
And you get cash back rewards for it. And it's like, because they're trying to say that you need to eat healthier, and then you just become progressively like fatter, and like your boobs start growing out because of all the soy in the food.
Oh, I want to comment on Julius Caesar because he actually told me to go check this guy out, Joseph Carlson. Yeah, I took a quick look at him, and he actually, kudos to him though, because he puts his portfolio public. His portfolio performance over like 5 years in every single one has been like really bad. But he is public.
Let me guess, he has hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
200 something thousand.
Yeah. I looked at his portfolio, and my main thought on it was, dude, you're taking on a lot of risk for returns that don't justify that risk.
Yeah.
That was my quick opinion of it. I mean, I didn't do a deep dive, but
I'm going to go deeper, because then I'll do a video kind of going over his portfolio, because that's like a new thing I started. But like Julius actually hit it right on the head for what I've seen so far, because it's like he's kind of like Paul for Everything Money, but in the opposite direction so far from what I've seen, like completely opposite direction. So like Paul will just look at the calculator numbers and then just go into it and not really think sometimes about some nuances that I think are very important with investing.
Like
Joseph
did with Smith and Wesson.
Yeah, exactly. Or Foot Locker, because I think Foot Locker is apparently one of his stocks too, which I didn't even know. I love the communities. They just give you this information that you just otherwise have no time to actually go into. But Joseph, from what I've seen, he likes the more outside the numbers, the story, the sentiment, stuff like that. So he's like, if I looked through his portfolio, I just took a quick peek at it, and it's like he calls it the story fund, and that already right there, the story fund. And he does say, I'll give it to his credit, because I did watch a video. He says it quite regularly, I guess. I consider it like research to watch these, because I will take it seriously, because I don't want to say something that he said and he didn't say it. He says, like, this is an experiment to see if I outperform the market, blah, blah, blah. He says that. And then, he does have it completely public, because it's like an M1 Finance account that you can just like see. But like, that being said, if I just took a look at it and I was like, wow, okay, so it's like every single stock here, he didn't bother to do any sort of evaluation on it. He just said it's cheap. And then I think it's like, I saw that he looks at Morningstar and just looks at that basically, but I don't know. I won't claim anything. Yeah.
Dude, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Keep going. That's my bad.
Well, number one, this is patently false.
I remember.
Baba than Tesla. I can guarantee you that.
I know what I was going to say, and then I forgot. 40 Finance is a dude who he goes on there and he gives people numbers, but all he does is go and he looks at the analysts' expectations or the analysts' predictions. And I'm just sitting there going, dude, you do know that most of these analysts, like if you go back and look, most of them told you to buy overvalued stock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, they have 1 year price targets. Like, one thing I'll agree with Jeremy about is, I watched a video where he said the whole Wall Street, they're focused on the near term, the short term. Mm-hmm. It's 100%. All those price targets are 1 year. But, if you're looking at a company, I think you need to think about it 5, 10, 15, 20 years going into the future. That's how you should really invest. And if you do it that way, you just got to have patience. And I think you'll be rewarded for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but go ahead, dude.
No, it was a quick comment that I saw just to finish off Joseph. I mentioned his other portfolio. His other portfolio also did underperform. So yeah, that's it.
Is he the guy that puts his portfolio value in his thumbnail every time?
I don't know if he does. Maybe.
There is a guy that I don't know who, it might be him or somebody else, but he has like his he puts his portfolio value on every thumbnail. And you can see like he's got like $300-something thousand, probably all from YouTube money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do, man. And it is what it is, but it's a lot of people, this is the thing that's like
all right, I'm gonna go piss while Fabio answers.
Yeah, go ahead, Fabio.
Well, what was the S&P's performance over the past 5 years? You know that off the top of your head?
I know over the past 10 years, it's gone about 13%. It's like 12 or 13, I'm pretty sure.
All right. So no, I'll stand corrected actually. Cause just taking a quick look, SPY, he he's done, yeah, on his main dividend portfolio, there's a moderate outperformance. Yeah, 134% versus 80%, 80 something percent. So pretty good. All right, so I'll correct myself on that because I know I said all of them did. Yeah, I talked about Stone Co. My wife's Brazilian, so I can be a little bit more aggressive in what I say about Brazilian. I stay away from a lot of Brazilian stocks. I think, like, especially something like Stone Co. They even say that in their filings. They're organized actually in the Cayman Islands, so there's a lot of protections for the management, so they can do a lot of things to you. Not saying that they will, but just saying that there is that protection. And on top of that, in Brazil, you also have to understand that culturally speaking, the business culture, business climate, it's a little bit different. Not a little bit, it's very different from here. Management risk is actually a big problem over there. And another note, this, because I know you didn't ask, but I'll tell you anyway. Everything that 3G Capital touches, I always stay away from it. And that's a Brazilian investment company. Anything they touch, I stay away. If I see that they're invested, I'm gone. I'm out.
Why? What's so bad about that company?
Well, for example, they're the ones who took Kraft Heinz and said, yeah, you know that thing we have to do to invest in future brands? Yeah, nah, let's increase profits now. And, it's going to pan out well. And then actually Buffett, I'm pretty sure he cut relations with 3G Capital after that whole ordeal because he entered Kraft Heinz with them. He probably was lured into by them for some reason. But yeah, like I'm more careful about Brazilian companies than some other countries, but that doesn't mean that all companies in Brazil are bad. It's just you have to be more careful. Whatever care you're taking with American companies as far as like management risk, turn that to like 11 in when you're looking at Brazilian companies.
I think you're just racist against Brazilians.
Oh yeah, it's a married one.
Did you? Would you say they're better or worse than Kathy Woods?
How could you be worse?
Oh, you mean Stone Co? No, Stone Co's sorry, not Stone Co. 3G. 3G's way worse than Kathy Wood. Kathy Wood's, at least she's like kind of passive. And then if anything, she's gonna be like, no, you must invest in the future. Like she would totally do the opposite. So I prefer her having influence on the company than something like 3G. 3G is like penny pinchers. Like they're straight penny pinchers. Is the way I'd kind of describe them. So it's just like it's a personal rule, something that anyone else has to follow. And I saw this question about Citi. Citi will always trade cheap, by the way, because I had this question because the portfolio is like live. The thing that people don't understand is I've had the other banks in the portfolio. They're just not in there right now. Citi is the stepchild that stayed and refuses to leave the house. I just haven't sold it. And it will always look cheap. Yeah. Citi will always be cheap because for the foreseeable future, because they just get a lower return on their asset base than the other banks. Off the top of my head, yeah, I know that of the big four, they're the smallest. And in terms of return as a percentage term, they can improve that. And they also have all these other risky business lines that they're in. They're trying to divest out of it. And we'll see how this new CEO does, because that's what she's trying to do. But, they have all these problems. So it's not like you're because everyone points to the book value. They go, oh, look at the book value. The book value is like 70 something and it's trading at like 60, or maybe it's like close to 80 now. I don't know. But the point is, it's always below book value. And then people don't think it's going to go up to book value. It's like, it's like there's a little more to it than that.
I mean, a lot of the times, like, you think stocks are cheap, but they're cheap for a freaking reason. Okay. I mean, the market can be dumb, but sometimes, a lot of the times, it's actually the opposite. There's totally a reason why some stocks are overvalued and some are not. It's the efficient market hypothesis.
Yes, exactly.
What do you think about Credit Suisse?
Ugh. No.
I remember, didn't they get decimated with was it Archegos? Or am I totally freaking wrong on this? I remember the stock got decimated for some reason. Like they lost like billions of dollars. I remember the stock tanked, and I was like, profitable bank. Maybe I'll look into it.
Not saying I'm right, but I generally do not look at banks unless there's some very specific thing that they're like really good at, that they're in a business line that no one wants to be in and it's somehow amazing, or they are a primary dealer. I don't care. I won't look at you if you're not a primary dealer in the banking system as it stands right now. If that ever changes, I'll change my mind. But yeah, if it's not a primary dealer, I don't care. Don't look at it. You're just not going to compete against them and succeed in the same capacity.
Oh, hi guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Look who it is.
What's going on, dude?
What's up?
I got to check out your interview, the second and third part of your interview.
Yeah.
Where's Tom Nash? He used to pop into my live streams. I guess he doesn't have time for me anymore. Or he's probably
wait,
time it is? Yeah.
Yeah, what time
Yeah,
is
dude, he's
it?
probably sleeping at this point.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm sorry, guys. I have a job. I have to work late.
I don't know why. I don't know why Tom took down his video he did where he was just shredding everything money. Even though I don't agree with him on a lot of stuff, I thought it was funny.
Dude, he said in the interview that he didn't delete any videos. He showed me he deleted one, but I don't know. I haven't followed his channel.
Well, I mean, if he deleted it, I don't actually blame him. I don't know what went on with that. I mean, he went hard, and there was a lot of. I thought it was funny, but he was being really homophobic about the whole thing, and it's like, I get it, dude. That's adding. Wait, what if Tom Nash is the ghost of Kiev right now?
Oh my god.
He bashes everything money in the last part. In the last part of my interview, in the third one,
Yeah.
He's going on about Paul and said being,
Oh, dude, he did it in a video with that Amit dude, and it was actually pretty funny what he was saying, because I mean he called Paul a trust fund baby, and I mean I don't know if that's true. I don't know how Paul made his money. I'm sure his parents are wealthy, but I mean that doesn't necessarily mean they give him money. But yeah, I thought it was funny watching the two of them go to war, because I've heard Paul say several times like that idiot Tom Nash. And I'm like, oh, Tom Nash is going to clap back on him for that.
I want to see him debate. I actually was talking to Tom a little bit. I was like, dude, you should totally have a debate with Paul from Everything Money. But
I'd love to see it. I mean,
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like I said, I I disagree with both of them on stuff, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to agree with everybody about everything. And my main thing is, as long as you're not massively ripping off your fans, I don't really I'm not really going to go after even people that push penny stocks is really hard, as long as you're just not selling a bunch of crap courses. That was my main contention with Meet Kevin. Really wasn't his stock advice. It was really just all those courses he's selling. I understand it generates you a lot of money, but all it really does is hurt your fan base in the end.
Yeah, but if you're getting millions of dollars a year, it's hard to resist, man.
Oh, I get why they're doing it, man. I get why they're doing it. He's set for life from doing it, but it's like, dude, it's like unless you write a book or something, you're not giving out any proprietary information that justifies you charging somebody $800.
I mean, honestly, I don't think any channels really justify charging anything. I mean, most people are just crap.
The Anthony Brenza, did he say that? Did he say that they primarily look at price to sales?
Yeah, Tom Nash said that. Nash said he uses price to sales. I don't agree with him on that.
No, but he's saying
that's what they did during the freaking .com bubble. Oh, price to sales.
Yeah, and like I said, it's like I'll say negative things, my criticisms of both of them. Yeah, I don't agree with you on price to sales, and I don't agree with Paul buying some of the stocks he's bought. We already brought that up, like Foot Locker or Smith & Wesson. But I mean, if he makes money off them, great. I just didn't see it at the time, and you can't predict the future.
Yeah, and what I think is that Everything Money has real value in the messages they give to investors, not so much in the software or the screener. But he says that you need to have a process. You need to go and research the companies you're going to buy, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the real value of everything money for me, in my opinion.
Well, even Sven Carlin, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of times where he's using terminal multiples in his videos where I would have to look at him and be like, dude, can you tell me why you're using a 30 terminal multiple for this stock? Like, I don't get that. My logic on a stock is the historic trading point of the stock market is between 14 and 16. So about a 15 price to earnings ratio. Why wouldn't you use that at fair value? Because you can't predict what price to earnings ratio it's going to be selling in the future. Yeah. Why would you use a higher, like if you're calculating Microsoft right now, why would you use a 35 price to earnings ratio for Microsoft 10 years from now when it's like, okay, maybe it's going to be trading at that, but I would still say for the growth that you're expecting, it doesn't justify that, just like it doesn't today.
You know what I think it is? It's because of interest rates. Like, I guess if you assume interest rates are low, then PE ratios can be higher going into the future.
That's fair.
So, I mean, like 15 was the average. I mean, I disagree. 15 was the average, but that's with, higher interest rates in the past. But if you have lower interest rates going perpetually in the future, I don't know. I mean, you can justify higher multiples with stocks if that's the case.
I just think you should be as conservative as possible and invest off the bear case. And that's why I look at a lot of people on here and I'm like, you're putting forth the best, the most absolutely perfect scenario where everything works out. Maybe company X does that, but then what's that going to do to your portfolio if it doesn't? Especially, which is one of the reasons why I say you shouldn't go more than 3%, in my opinion, in any individual stock. Maybe 5, man, if you really know the stock and the business and, whatever market it's in. But I still think you're taking too much risk because anything can and will happen.
So basically, when you create mathematical models, the more assumptions you begin to make, the wider the accuracy becomes. So basically, less accurate, right? Not more accurate or wider accuracy, less accuracy. With terminal multiple approach, you're making a statement that somehow somewhere along the lines what the market will be paying for it into the future. And if you think about that statement, if you're doing a terminal multiple 10 years out, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying in that analysis? Right? If you can do a terminal multiple approach, actually terminal multiple is okay and actually justifiable within like a 1 year. 1 year, that's better, easier, much easier. Like not even like a little bit easier, much easier to actually use than something like if you're doing a 10-year terminal multiple approach. What are you doing? What are you assuming? What do you think you're doing? You're going to make an investment based off of that? Or you're gonna even allow that to influence your decision? Come on.
Well, I mean, like
you have no idea what's going to happen.
A big chunk of the the discounted cash flow model. If you tweak that a little bit, I mean, if you increase it by 10, you're going to get a massive difference in the buy price.
And that's why I repeatedly tell people I consider 15 the number you should use. I could be wrong on that. But I just think I think for the most part, that's a solid number to count on because it keeps your risk down. Because if you're using a terminal multiple at 25, again, your risk that things don't work out just went up because you paid more. It's like the less I pay for something, the less risk I take on. When we were talking about Baba is substantially less risky today with everything that's going on with it than it was 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And it's like
Facebook portfolio would believe that.
Yeah. No, but I mean, Facebook is substantially less risky today. I don't know what's going to go on with Facebook. I've said this and I've had a lot of people tell me I'm wrong and I could possibly be wrong on it. I just don't have a lot of faith in Facebook's model. because what I don't like about it is your reliance on things that are outside of your control. And that's not something that I really like. Ultimately, there's going to be things that are outside of your control, but there's a lot with Facebook that it's outside of its control. Like Apple saying, we're going to make this secure so that you can't track people. And then that affects Facebook's business model.
Yeah, but like what social network, I mean, at least now, is going to replace Facebook? I mean, I don't see it.
I don't know. I think Facebook will still be around in 10 years, but it's just one negative that I'm pointing out. I'm not saying because I said that you shouldn't buy. It's just part of the thought process.
You've actually offended me because I thought about buying Facebook, and I'm actually very emotionally attached to that stock.
Same.
What's up, dude?
I'm angry at you.
Yeah, well, I know Fabio's got a position in it. What percentage of your portfolio is Facebook now?
It's
like 95, right?
No, I think it's like 2.5, 2.6. It passed Amazon recently.
What is your dollar value in Facebook?
Tell us, Fabio. Come on.
I'm gonna get you, Fabio. I'm gonna get you.
Give it to us in fractional numbers.
I can tell you mine.
What is your value in yen?
In yen?
In yen.
Well, that's easy math. It's like a six multiplier. You just multiply by like 6 something.
No, that's hard. I can't do that.
Sorry.
Yeah, I seriously considered throwing $1,000 into Facebook, but I was like, I'll just freaking. I don't know. Like,
no, I'm kidding. Don't do it.
I'm just kind of burnt out with individual stocks. Like, I'm sure I'll get back to a point when I'm not busy and I have more time to like do research. Maybe I'll start chucking money, but for now, I'm just indexing until I have some more free time to actually do real analysis.
I'll tell you one that I'm looking at. I'm taking time to look at it. All right, I'm looking at it, trying to really try to understand this business. It's a business I'm a customer of. I've been a customer for a very long time. Everyone on here, if you listen to music, you're probably a customer of it. Hints, nudge, nudge. Just trying to see if someone guesses it in the chat. Too late. I'll just say it's Spotify. So yeah, I'm looking at Spotify. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and then like really wrap my head around it. Not like these are their financial statements, model it out in the future. No. Like trying to figure out what is their biggest risk mainly, and how is the industry moving. And I think it's interesting. Right, that's all I'll say with that. But
I don't like it, and I can tell you right off the bat, it's because there's no moat, in my opinion.
No, there's no.
There's all these different kind of music streaming services. You have isn't there like Apple Music? That you have iTunes, you have Pandora, you have all sorts of freaking streaming services. I mean, like, sure, Spotify can do well, but I don't know if something has a lot of competition and it's easy to replicate. It's like, just start it, pay artists and then sell music. I mean, it seems like that would not really help.
But they have a solid fan base on customer. Sorry.
I mean, they do. They do.
Yeah,
I think they probably do have a huge following, or people use the product a lot. But I mean, something that's easily replicable. Is that a word?
Replicatable.
I mean, that's my instinct. I haven't done any freaking analysis on Spotify, but
see, it's kind of like, isn't it weird? Because it's kind of like in a lot of ways, it's not though. And there's some actually huge differences, but like YouTube, we always say YouTube's going to have a competitor come out and just allow people to post videos and everyone will come. But it's like, you have to have the, that ecosystem, the environment, the individuals there, the viewers. But
like Apple, I mean, you have Apple. I mean, they have,
I know.
Apple's a pretty big company. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So they have tons of money to throw at it, but it's like looking at the amount of users and on Spotify versus Apple Music. It's actually pretty incredible in my opinion. But I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Like, what is Spotify showing signs that what they're making there? It's like a very sticky ecosystem. Because I was actually talking to a couple musicians, and they were telling me that they need to get their music on Spotify. And then that's what intrigued my interest. That's actually what piqued my interest immediately when they said, I need to get my music on Spotify. And I was like, why? And then they said, because I need the exposure. Everyone's on Spotify. I have to go on Spotify. And I was like, what about Apple Music? Because you know that guy, he took his music off of Spotify and then put it on Apple, and now he's
Neil
back.
Young?
Yeah, now he's back. Think about
Oh,
that.
dude, he did that for attention. And,
Yeah.
you know, here's the thing is like there was, you know, I'm with them on Spotify, though. It's the moat thing where I just look at it.
Yeah.
And it's too much. I'm not saying somebody else shouldn't look at it. For me, it's just a bridge too far. It's just when I look at it, it was like Foot Locker. When I was looking at Foot Locker and I did the discounted cash flow on it, I can't remember, but I think my discounted cash flow told me I was in the range where Foot Locker was a buy. And then I just said, I don't like it. I just don't. I just get that feeling about certain stocks. And it's like Rogan is such a hot commodity. At this point, he's probably locked in for a couple of years. But what happens if somebody lures him away? I mean, that's 11 million.
10x, you know, starting from today, and then we look like morons.
Well, I'm spending like the next couple weeks at least, you know, just basically focusing on Spotify.
Let me know what you find. I'm interested in it. I took a cursory glance at it and I was like,
You should make a YouTube video about it, Fabio.
Yeah, Fabio. Go
Probably will. But that'll be after, you know, a while. After a while.
Fabio, I want
up
to ask you something real quick.
Yeah.
Since you're your family's from Venezuela, and you know people here in Latin America don't have a lot of Apple products. This could be something that is keeping them from using Apple Music instead of Spotify. And probably when you analyze the stock, you'll see that the revenue in Latin America and other places coming from this region is huge. I don't know. I haven't looked at Spotify. But
yeah,
what do they use in
let me
Europe?
know.
I don't know if you've done the research, but have they used? I mean, is Spotify pretty dominant in Europe, or is there something?
Spotify is pretty dominant in the developed world. They have, I think it's 150 something. I don't remember off the top of my head. I've been looking at too many numbers. 100 something million. That's a very broad range. 100 something million paid subscribers. Maybe it's closer to 200 million. I don't know. Maybe it is. And then in terms of actual users, I think it's like 400 million because you have so you have ad supported viewers, and then you have subscribed viewers, or not viewers. I'm using the word viewers, listeners, right? And
you actually
like
can watch Spotify. Like they have like little clips that if you pull up music videos, you can watch it.
That's okay. Like that's what I'm saying. So, you know, I've never seen a company get close to ever toppling something like YouTube. And by the way, Google's my largest holding. I've never seen anyone get close. If there is someone that's getting close, could be Spotify. And again, like what triggered all this was literally I was in just a quick discussion, you know, talking to some musicians, and they were saying, I need to get on Spotify. And I was like, why do you need? Why?
I'm craving it.
Yeah. Like, why? Why do you need Spotify? Look, and I mean, I could also do the Jeremy analysis and say, okay, look, I know every single one in my inner circle has Spotify, all the people they know. And I asked them, you know, and I did do that. Okay. By the way, I asked, like, does everyone, you know, use Spotify? I'm like, yeah. And then like, so when like I share music with like a friend of mine, we always share it through Spotify. We go out, we, you know, make the playlist. It's on Spotify, stuff like that. And, my parents use Spotify, right? So like they have a subscription to Spotify.
Just because of this, I'm going to unsubscribe from Spotify and use Apple Music.
Just go against
No, actually,
you use Spotify. Okay.
We're going to have Fabio on here, and he's going to be sitting there going, I was in Target and
I saw someone
like I stared at her to see if she was using the Spotify app.
You're like leaning in to see like what's on her phone.
You're like climbing up on the aisles, like looking over as she's walking.
Well, for example, like if you want to do a podcast right now, like let's say you want to set this up on podcast format, probably the best place for you to start it and put, these chats on podcast format is Spotify. Like a lot of people do that,
Yeah.
So there's YouTube and Spotify. That's it. Like if you ask someone, oh, where are you going to put your podcast? YouTube and Spotify.
Hey guys, I'm trying to wrap around. Sorry, I was gonna ask all of you a question. I'm trying to wrap my head around Palantir's moat. I don't know if you guys see it because I talked about that with Tom.
Palantir,
but I don't see it. I don't know if Microsoft comes in and tries to develop a software like Gotham or.
I think Palantir probably has a pretty strong moat, personally.
Okay.
I mean, I haven't done a lot of research, but it seems to me like they're very specialized. And the problem with that company is the massive unprofitability and the share dilution. But if they were a profitable company, yeah, I would very likely consider buying that company.
My thing is, I mean, it's unpredictable. I think Palantir will be around. Right now, it's what Chris said. It's just, I think that they just started turning a profit. But I have a general rule. Yeah, I have a general rule. Call me when your company's profitable for 5 years. I'm just not interested in it. I mean, other people might be, but like I said, Warren Buffett's rule number 1: don't lose money.
I mean, honestly, at this level, it is interesting. Even I was like, I mean, I've made videos like bashing Palantir before.
No, at the price it's at now. Yeah,
it's interesting now. Like you'd have to do more research, but if it's getting closer to profitability and now it's profitable on like a free cash flow basis, maybe it's worth like doing some analysis on.
Yeah, I would. I don't think now that the price has dropped, I don't think it's a bad idea if you really want to own Palantir to do some research on it and decide. It's just when I mocked Palantir, it was just way more expensive than it is today. And I was like, dude, this is an unprofitable company. Why would you?
Like the ones you want to be careful of in terms of coming into Palantir's space is the two big dogs, Google and Microsoft. But right now, are they doing it? No. But can they? I don't know. Just watching out for those two. But you also, have you guys seen like Palantir's strategy with SPACs?
No. What are they doing?
No. Well, they get involved with these companies and then they end up becoming customers. So it's like acquiring customers. But, I can understand the strategy. Like, for example, if your product's really good, let's say Palantir, let's assume Palantir's product is amazing. And then your product actually helps your SPAC investments. You can do a double whammy, right? You benefit from them paying you for the product. And then your product is so great that it just 10x's their income, and then you own their shares, right? And then you have relationships with larger and larger enterprises over time, right? So Palantir's pursued that strategy. And also they've also, kind of strategically been investing in some companies that have a lot to do with data. Okay. So they have access to a lot of data. But again, if I was scared, which I'm not scared because I own Google, but if I was a huge Palantir investor, I'd be watching Google. Elon Musk has kind of said, he says a lot of things, but I kind of sympathize with something he said, actually, that Google in a lot of ways has access to more data than anything we've ever seen in our entire lives.
Oh, yeah,
right?
dude.
And you know what they're doing with that? Like, do you know how much money Google has and how much money they're paying these crazy, crazy developers, right? These crazy guys who understand what to do with data. Like, you give them a bunch, yeah, exactly.
I actually don't do tax. I actually write software.
Exactly. Well, they have software guys and they have the like the crazy data scientists. Like, they're definitely doing stuff in there. They just don't really like talk about.
Is
like,
that
they have
this on Google.
No. Google pretty much has the cash cow. It's still growing. It's like incredible. It's still growing. They have more money than they know what to do with, and then they can afford to just invest in things that don't ever turn out. But then when they do turn out, it's like, okay, great. Like Android, is, I know for us Americans, we don't, or in the developed world. What do you use, Alex, by the way? Phone wise, you use iPhone?
Samsung. No.
You see, he's Android.
Yeah. I don't. People don't use. Here is an status thing, you know. When well, probably in America it's the same, but it doesn't matter as long as it's functional and you can get whatever. And Android is, it has the majority of users here in Mexico. I don't know if in the States it's different because all my cousins, Pasos have Macs and iPhones. My dad uses an iPhone, for example. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, the percentage, for example, of the world. So Alex, you have a Google, you have a Google product basically, but you have Samsung hardware, but Google software. And then your father has both Apple and software and hardware. So Apple dominated both, right? That's why they make so much money. They're selling you both the software, this ecosystem, blah, blah, blah. But you guys have heard of that before. But Google actually, or Android, is the majority software for smartphones in the entire world. And that's just like their business. That's like it's there. When you think of Google, you don't really think of that. That's just like, they have Android. Yeah. And then they have Google Cloud. That's also like, Google Cloud. Like you think of Google, you think, YouTube, I guess some people will say immediately they think YouTube or Google search, right? And then those are the big cash cows. I think YouTube alone is probably worth $100 billion or at least right now.
Yeah, but
I think it's
isn't YouTube not very profitable for Google?
Used to be not very profitable. Now it's pretty profitable. They actually segment out their profits. I think now I don't remember if it was revenue or profits, but it was like $15 billion like last year, 2020. Something like that. But yeah, no, it used to be. And I remember back in the olden days where everyone was saying YouTube would never be profitable. Because of the expense on hosting all these videos. Like, imagine this. Like, this is going to be there forever.
Oh, God. You better watch yourself.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, as like storage becomes more affordable, I guess, technology gets better. Yeah, it's easier to store data. I mean, back in the day, it's like, oh my God, how are you going to store trillions of gigabytes of data? You can have like a bunch of hard drives and, covering half of a country. Now it's probably a lot easier to do that. So I can see why eventually it'll become more and more profitable.
Yeah. It's also like they're also investing crazy into quantum computing. We'll see how that turns out. But it's kind of like one of those things. It's like I don't necessarily think it might go the same way as the Google Glass, because we can all agree that was an absolute hilarious failure. And then Stadia.
It was, but the problem with Google Glasses was the way.
Guys, I like Google Glasses. Hey,
dude, that was the problem, man. And because they introduced it at a weird time, people were getting their asses kicked for just walking around recording. And that is a problem with the glasses, where you're like, dude, are you recording me right now? Like, why are you recording? At least with your cell phone, I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I really, honestly, I think the future of tech is wearables. And I'm sure Google is behind the scenes right now trying to figure out, like, hey, how do we create augmented reality with glasses?
Yeah. No. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean,
but the quantum computing thing, you might know more about this, but I thought, okay, so I've read two different things. I've read that Google has successfully implemented a quantum computer, and then I've read other articles where there were computer scientists saying they did something else, and it's not
it wasn't technically
a quantum computer.
Yeah, it wasn't technically quantum computing, but they're calling it that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That guy is awesome. I love him.
No, Julius. Yeah. But like Palantir, that's like the one thing with Palantir. Palantir, though, I think there's a lot of.
We need to get hold on. We need to get Elemental on here again so he can explain quantum computing to us.
Look, I'm just a dumb accountant. I can't understand something that complex.
Yeah, and I usually just ask the people who know questions, and then that's it.
Hey,
is quantum computing good?
Chris, put up United Hustlers of America. Hey, dude, if you're real and this really happened to you, dude, you can just email me. I'll have you on my channel and we can bring you on. If it's just sometimes we got to kind of figure out if somebody's just trolling us.
Dude, it's Keanu Reeves.
Dude, what if it was Keanu Reeves and he just went John Wick on him?
Is it Reeve or Reeves?
Reeves.
Reeves, Keanu Reeves.
How dare you? That guy's a national treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody took a picture of him on the subway. It was very heartwarming. I felt very attached to him when I saw that. Yep, and YouTube also lowered their ad revenues for YouTubers. I disagree. YouTube doesn't control that. It's the companies that have the advertising budgets. Like Jeremy made a video where he was complaining about ads going down. I was like, yeah,
dude,
Christmas just
I was about to say, sorry, just continue.
Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, I mean, I was just like, I was like, during the holiday season, your ad rates are going to be higher. Because I noticed the same thing. I was like, oh, I made $300-400 this month. And then the next month I made like $100 or something. I was like, what happened? And then I was like, oh, wait, the holidays are over. Companies probably aren't going to be advertising as much. That's probably why ad rates are down. Yeah. But Jeremy couldn't figure that out. I don't know.
United Hustlers, just go to Jay Nagy on YouTube. I have an email on there that I use. Just email me there. Because I mean, my thing is like like Jeremy, I want his story out there about like the people that took his advice and lost a lot of money.
No.
Victims of meat breath and Lafufu.
Oh my God.
Are you having any new ones?
I to tell that guy where to email me.
Hey Chris, are you having more guests that have been scammed by?
No, I mean honestly, like I've been pretty bad about answering my emails. Like I don't have freaking time, man.
You look tired, man.
I'm tired. I'm working like when I'm at work, I'm working all day. Like it's like one tax return, then do the next and the next and the next. It's not like I'm just screwing off. So,
well, dude, yeah, you're gonna be burned out for the next till April.
Well, honestly, like I always think I'm gonna be burnt out, but then I just keep doing it. It's like, oh, whatever. I'll just suck it up, and then I'll get some good sleep, and I'll be okay. As a matter of fact, if I didn't have a kid, I'd be freaking rocking right now. Well, I get woken up every night.
Did you ever think about selling your baby?
I have. I actually have. I mean, like, honestly, I have a second one on the way, so it's like you sell one, you still have another kid.
And how much in VT would you be willing to sell your baby for?
How much in VT?
Yeah.
I wouldn't sacrifice VT for anything.
No, I mean, you're going to get VT for selling your baby.
Oh, I would get, VT's roughly $100. I'd probably want $1 million. $1 million.
That's a good price for a baby.
Yeah. Some people will pay that too.
How much do you want, Chris? You got a buyer. You got an eager buyer.
Oh, all right. I'm taking offers. Okay. I'm taking bids for my child.
Yeah.
So,
Taking bids.
So, guys, on Monday, do you think the market will go down or it will recover a bit?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
No clue.
We can play the game.
Let's play the game.
Crash 50%.
Let's play the game. I think the market's going to go up next week. The reason being is because I think the Ukraine is going to be able to hold off because the president was saying the next like 48 hours determines, and the Ukrainians are kicking a lot of ass. So I think once people see that, hope is going to make the market rebound.
Hey, Julius, real quick, just email me. We'll talk about that. Anyway, continue.
All right. So what? Okay. So someone else go next. That's my guess.
Okay. Look, Russia. I think Russia is going to stop the Ukraine. All right. Like I don't think Ukraine has a freaking chance against Russia.
Yeah.
So I mean, like the market's already absorbed the repercussions, I think, of the invasion. Like the market crashed, and then the same freaking day it shot back up. And it kind of pissed me off because I put in a buy order for VT or VT Wax, the mutual fund. And then the market went up that day. I was like, damn, man, come on.
Chris, did you engineer the invasion of the Ukraine? Did you call up Vladimir Putin and you're like, I need to buy VT cheap, dude. You're going to have to launch an invasion.
Well, I told him he had to give me $100 super chat to do that, but he didn't. So me and him are not on speaking terms right now.
Okay, who's next? What are your thoughts on the market? Up or down on on Monday?
Easy up. You see, I'm not telling you by how much. I have a 50-50 shot. Me being right.
Alex?
Yeah, up a bit, not much.
I'll give a thesis behind it. How about that?
Dude, I mean, it's impossible to predict, but we should just do this on every live stream we do, just for, craps and giggles, is try and predict what the market is going to do next week. But we also have to make it abundantly clear we're just pulling random stuff out of the air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a random thesis, right? Here you go.
Okay.
So you guys know cryptos, right? Do you guys know of Luna?
No, but you
don't look that up, guys. So Luna went up to like something, blah blah blah. Don't worry about numbers. It went up, therefore the market's gonna go up because liquidity is re-entering speculative assets. There we go. That's my thesis. So I created a random prediction and backed it up with a random thesis. Hopefully I sounded really smart.
Okay, so you think
I'm gonna give you $100 Patreon every month.
The liquidity has gone out, and you think the tide is coming back in next week?
Okay, yeah, I think liquidity is gonna come back in a little bit, but I want to be careful with how I say that thesis because I just literally pulled that up. I just literally mashed things together, and I was like, you know what?
Bobby, people are buying and selling stocks. They're putting orders right now because of what you just said.
Oh yeah. I move markets.
I move VT. It's true.
I move VT. It's true.
Those predictions move the entire world.
Oh,
I'm strong, man. Come on.
VR,
big deal.
VR for class. Okay.
We had a buy order. It moved VT. That's what it did.
That's why it went up, man. It pissed me off.
Okay, dude. So we got to take a guess. Do you guys think the market has already priced in the March 16 Fed meeting?
Yes, the market isn't dumb. People think that nobody looks forward into the future. Yes, they do. Most stuff is priced in, okay? Yes, they probably already have.
Yeah, I don't think I think unless they shock the market which I don't think they're going to, and they announce a 1% or 1% interest rate, I don't think it's going to do anything.
It's like everybody thinks that, like, for example, Tesla, they're like, there's going to be factories opening up and they're going to be making more cars. Oh, really? You don't think anybody's priced that into the stock price already? It's like, God, you people are freaking, you have no idea how markets work. I'm not saying I'm a genius, but it's kind of like common sense. It's like, yeah, people know the freaking factories are going to be operational. It's already been priced in.
Tesla's like the big canary in the coal mine. Okay. Like there are canaries in the coal mine. Tesla's the huge one. If you see something going on with that one, yeah, you know where we're going down.
Tesla's the shit in the toilet bowl. Okay.
That's where the canary in the coal mine.
No canary in the coal mine. I don't even know what that is.
The question is, man, when can the central banks? How much longer can they prop up the markets? I'm just wondering. I'm just positing. I have no idea, but I'm just
honestly
saying.
The United States could probably do it for a long, long time.
Yeah, the U.S.
United States.
If you're some like poor country, maybe not, but the U.S. I would definitely keep part of your money in the United States. It's definitely not a bad decision.
Yeah, we have a huge advantage of reserve currency status for now.
Yeah, for as long as that lasts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't trust the euro. The euro always seems to be breaking apart every freaking couple of years. You want
Is-
China's currency as your reserve currency? Russia's? I mean, like, what are you going to choose?
Russia all day, every day, man.
Cuba.
The rupee? Was it the ruble?
Cuba.
The ruble. The
The
rupee?
ruble, yeah.
The ruble.
The ruble.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to predict. That's why I don't even know why people do. It's fun to do, to just try and randomly guess.
Really fun.
Well, it prints money, man. Like if you just go on YouTube and just guess what's going to happen, you're going to get massive subscribers. You don't have to be right. I mean, even if you're wrong, people that don't like you will leave, and then you'll just get new meat. You just have to sound confident.
Well, that's
look at Chris Saint, man.
Look at
Jeremy.
Stink Flow.
Yeah.
I'm selling out, man. I'm freaking done. I'm gonna start pumping trash and just quit my job. Make YouTube videos.
Dude, how funny was that when you pulled up Chris Saint and my video was like the third one? I've been getting for that one as of late. Like, one guy left a comment, like he said, in the dictionary next to hater, there's just a picture of your face, and I'm like, dude, what are we back in 1992? Because that's where that insult comes from.
Yeah, I remember that in like middle school. People would say that joke. The funny thing is, so Fabio was doing a video. I don't know if it was Tattooed Chef or maybe it wasn't even Fabio, but like they searched Tattooed Chef and then it was like my video and it said Tattooed Nutsack in like bright, red letters. And whoever it was, I don't know if it was Fabio, didn't even acknowledge it. They just kind of like brushed it off like it wasn't even there.
It probably was because I wasn't going to read out loud.
I was like, you don't see the tattoo nut? Come on, so we gotta say something.
The most I'll do, because it probably was me, because knowing me, I won't say nutsack.
Structure Saint. But the real question, guys, is Putin stopping at Ukraine? Because if he doesn't stop, then the markets will probably take a dive.
They'll stop at Ukraine. Like,
yeah,
dude, NATO.
He's a madman.
You guys remember Georgia? You guys remember Georgia? The invasion of Georgia?
Yeah.
It's just that. It's just protocol. Same
old.
He
won't touch anything that's he can maybe invade something that's not in NATO, but if he touches NATO, like that's freaking war. He won't freaking do it.
Well, that's why.
Finland or Sweden, right? He threatened Finland and Sweden.
Well, on some level, man, it doesn't excuse what he's doing, so don't take it in any way that I'm defending him. But I mean, like I've said this numerous times, the United States would not allow Russia to put assets in Canada or Mexico or Cuba. So I don't know where the geniuses that run foreign policy got it in their head that they would admit the Ukraine, and the madman in Russia was just going to go, oh, okay, that's cool, we'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, this was a huge blunder in my opinion for Russia. I'm just looking at, for example, I have a friend who's Russian, and I know that's a cop out.
But I know a Russian.
I have a friend who he's Russian.
Guys, I have a friend that bought Tattooed Chef. I'm going to buy the stock.
Exactly.
I know. I talked to Tom Nash. That's where my Russian expertise comes from.
Yeah. Same here.
We had a conversation on here, and now But what were you saying, Fabio?
No, simply like it's very quick. Like the West is really winning in the propaganda war with inside Russia regarding this. Yeah, it's like it's not good. They're not. The Russian people are really not united on this, and like it's not. It's like different from the previous one they did with Georgia when they invaded Georgia. Yeah, and then also it kind of brought everyone closer to the United States, kind of realizing, hey, that guy, yeah, he's not that bad.
You know what I think though? It's like you look back at American history and like Vietnam was very divisive, Iraq was very divisive, and none of those really delegitimized the United States. I mean, there's going to be like dissenters in Russia, but I don't think there's going to be like a regime change in Russia because people are so dissatisfied with the, Ukrainian invasion. But like something I didn't consider was, Ukraine could turn into like another Russian Afghanistan if there is a, a big resistance movement, even because like they're going to get their butts kicked. Like Russia's going to take over Ukraine. But what happens? The big fight is going to be after the conquest.
Yes.
It's going to be all the resistance. That's where that could turn into like another Afghanistan for Russia, which would be a freaking disaster. I mean, Russia's not a wealthy country, and if they have to spend all this money on occupying Ukraine and they're fighting an insurgency, it might bankrupt them.
Dude, go ahead.
No, just quick comment on the GDP because Chris just said it. People need to remember, what is the GDP of Russia? It's
About
less than that of Italy.
I
always say that to people. Yeah. It was like...
Well, there was an article, and take it with a grain of salt. It was the Daily Mail that said Russia is burning through so much cash they have to defeat the Ukraine in less than 10 days.
Yeah.
They're not going to defeat the Ukraine in less than 10 days.
No.
I think they'll conquer the country. I think they'll win the
war. But they won't be able to hold it.
Yeah, the after effects, like the insurgencies and the resistance, I don't think they're going to win. And the United States is going to be supplying the insurgents. Like, we all know that,
Yeah, and they're also going to be sending in Javelin missiles to destroy tanks.
Yeah. It's just like us invading Afghanistan. I mean, like, look what happened there. We fought for 20 years, and then as soon as we left, 3 days later, the Taliban take over.
Yeah, it's the battle after the fight, the big fight, and then you have the actual big long fight. Winning. If you don't win the hearts and minds of the people, you'll actually just no progress at all. Always in a slosh fest.
Yeah, because it seems like only the eastern part of Ukraine really is pro-Russian. I mean, it seems like the rest of it is not. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they wanted to join NATO on the website. So who's gonna want to be part of an authoritarian regime like Russia or China? I don't know. For me, it's a blessing that America is still the world power because even though it's not perfect, we still have democracy and the capital.
Not all of you. Not all of you.
Come on.
Just
the main. Here comes the crew.
Yeah.
Hey, who is that?
Hey.
All of you want to go?
I brought all of them. Bring them in. Let's go. I want to see them all.
All right. All of you just make.
Who's partying and what are you guys drinking?
I will move over this way. So you guys
I wish I had friends.
That's Noam. You already know that guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, they can see you right there.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that looks like a Cuban drug lord? Who's that guy in the middle?
Oh, that is
They're
Arturo.
doing the
He's
middle.
another Venezuelan Italian, actually.
For the car.
Same exact situation.
Driving
boats.
I love this.
Guys, we have 100 people watching this live stream. You guys
Yeah.
are famous now.
Yeah.
You guys are now.
Guys, get ready for your lives to change. You'll just go to the supermarket.
You guys are making this look like it's a frat house. Like you guys both have the hats backwards. And then Arturo, you look like a Cuban drug lord. He's right. Actually. Oh, that other guy, by the way, he was telling me to leave Italy alone. He was saying it in Italian. But don't worry, I'm not picking on just picking on Russia.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Don't you have like tax stuff to do? Come on, man. What do you do?
Yeah, you have tax stuff to do, he's saying.
Get to work.
I know. Gotta get back.
Who's the
Get to go back at like 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Did you? All right, I'll finish up here. Did you guys get food? Did you guys get food?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be out here. Don't worry, I'll be out. No, I'll be out in a sec. You're good.
Yeah, we're gonna go like 12 more minutes and
Bye,
then
guys. Take care.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
Bye.
Have some pizza. Take care.
Bye.
Yeah, my house is now a frat house.
Yeah, I wish I had that many friends.
Does your wife ever get mad and start kicking people out?
No. She brings her own friends, and then
Oh.
yeah.
Big party.
No, it's not. No, I just realized what I. Oh God.
Right.
Man, if I was a single guy, you know, I was in my early 20s. I'm an old man now, but man, you go to a party like Fabio's, all these young girls, woo! It does seem like a frat house in there, you know.
No, it seems like it because these guys came in. I mean, I guess they didn't really like changing anything. They just have the hats on backwards and stuff. Yeah,
Dude, I need to come down to Florida and party with you guys. I'll be like the old weird man in the group. Like, oh my god,
One
this
of
is a 32-year-old guy, but
I'm definitely not going out partying. I'm way too.
Jay, if I came down to Florida, you know we would all go out. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, I get hammered, man. I'll dust off the old liver.
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah.
We'll go to like a strip club or something. We'll make it happen.
The liver's probably functioning a lot better after 6 months off of drinking too. It's
You
probably
haven't
like,
drank for 6 months.
6 months.
I haven't drank since September, so we're coming up on 6 months.
Holy crap, man!
I've had like maybe
He's got the-
no, they're doing that on purpose now because they know I just said it's a frat house. So
I've had
I don't
maybe,
have a drinking problem. I just want-
I've had 4 drinks since September.
you got that. You're so funny.
Is he shotgunning that massive keg of beer?
No, he's thinking like, what is the next troll? He loves this attention right now. Are you seriously?
Introducing the next official.
All right, and you guys should enjoy this. This is just
This is fun. It reminds me of the good old days.
Capital mindset.
Oh.
Ooh.
Games classes and the.
I've been friends with this guy since how long? Well, like over 10 years. Yeah, 13 years.
Dude, I would not fit in with your friends, man, because I dress like crap 99% of the time.
Oh yeah, just come in here. You know, I totally invited you.
I half expect your buddy to hold up like a kilo and be like, "This will be available on the Capitol."
Give him enough time. Give it enough time.
Like this is straight from Colombia. This hasn't even been stepped on one bit.
This is the pure stuff. This is clean. Just
This is
made.
so clean.
Is it bad? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Mr. Brightside.
Side.
Yeah. You don't
Isn't
like
that crap? What band is that? You know what band that is, Jay?
the
What?
Killers.
Well, the Mr. Brightside song.
I think
Yeah, I
Ellen
know.
didn't you?
I know, man. The Killers.
Is it the Killers?
Yeah. It's one of my favorites.
Fabio, you're so young. Oh my god, you haven't lived the good life of the '80s. You'll never
Oh, yeah.
understand.
Yeah, I know. My father tells me that.
The '80s actually was a good
Enjoy it.
decade. I mean, I was born in the '80s in 1989 in September, so I experienced 3 months of the '80s.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute, because I'm thinking like my dad was in the 80s, enjoying the 80s. You were not the age of my father.
Look, you guys don't understand the '80s like I do. Okay, it was a great time.
Yeah.
See, like when I'm a grandpa, people will be like, "Oh my, you were born in the '80s? Oh my god, that was so long ago." It's like, yeah, I mean, it was 3 months from the '90s, but who's counting?
Well, that's why, like when the baby boomer generation is sitting around talking about how people shouldn't do drugs, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I was a little kid in the 80s. I remember you guys walking around in bell bottoms, and half of you were just doing blow like it was going out of style.
Age of Rock. Yeah. My dad told me the story when he was hearing about this. What's the guy whose concert killed people because of the running? Oh, no, she's not. Maybe she is. Ambiguous.
That's
You don't
pretty
know.
hot, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I'll set her up with Arturo, the drug lord. You hearing that? Jeremy's dad. Think about. Yeah.
I'm 32, Chris. I'm almost halfway dead.
Almost half. What do you think you're gonna live till 60, bro? Like,
Well, you ain't gonna. You'll be
I'm
done.
a
with
good dib, I'll tell you that.
no. All right. So we never. Okay. Here. Let's play this game, I guess, because we'll do this, and then I guess we'll do that. What's a stock you guys would buy Stock can't be index fund, Chris. Can't be index fund. For the next 10 years, the market closes. Let's go. Let's go around the room. If you say tattooed chef, that doesn't count either.
Not tattooed taint. I'm actually trying to think.
Yeah. We'll go around. Whoever has the first one can go.
I'll go Microsoft.
Microsoft.
I'll do Google.
Google.
Yeah,
Solid
Google
pick.
or Microsoft.
Okay, now I have to pick something else because
No.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on, Fabi. You're the stock picking king.
Well, no, they took mine. You guys took mine. I want to be like bring a little diversity.
If I could, I'll tell you this, and I'll make it easier on you. If I couldn't buy Microsoft because their software is in everything, so it's safe, I would buy a credit card company, MasterCard or Visa.
I was thinking about this.
What about Walmart? I know Walmart's expensive.
World's a great choice too, dude.
But I love.
Well, let's put cost aside. Let's make it a little more interesting. Put cost aside.
Walmart.
You know, the
100%.
price of the stock. Walmart.
I love
so like
Walmart.
basically I come to you, I am the stock market god, and I can gift you a stock, whatever quantity, not whatever quantity, but a stock, whatever, at whatever price you want today.
Walmart, 100%.
Walmart. See, that makes the game. So it basically says you're basically saying what's your favorite business? Walmart.
100. Like I have a very weird attachment to Walmart.
I'm still going with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Its products are in everything, man. The world can't function without Microsoft.
You think you can function without Walmart, Jay?
I would be forced to go to Target, and I would contemplate killing myself while I was inside there, but I could still get through it. Buy some diapers.
You
No, that is super underrated. The Julius Caesar. I can't.
Pornhub.
You can't live without it. It's just Pornhub.
Yeah.
Somebody brought up Amazon.
Yeah.
Great choice. I'm still going with Microsoft, but Amazon is a great choice.
Yeah, remember the rules are price is not an object. You will be gifted the stock at the price. All right. Yeah. Well, Amazon or Google. I mean, I know we're basically going with Chris is the only one with a unique one because we're going Fang here. Like because that's Microsoft.
Yeah, you guys are so boring, man. Like you guys don't love Walmart.
So I'm trying to think of one.
Find me a better company that gives better deals to consumers than Walmart. Find me one.
Dude, I'm not listen, did I say that Walmart was a stupid choice? No, I didn't.
But you're not enthusiastic, Jay. I want you to be enthusiastic.
I wouldn't even say that Target would be a stupid choice, even though Walmart is objectively a better retailer.
Don't buy Target, please.
I'm just saying, I think Target will be here in 10 years.
You know what makes me mad? Every time I go to freaking Target because of my wife, it's like overpriced.
Oh, you too.
Clean. It's just it's a ripoff, man. It's like I can get this like for half the price at Walmart. What are you doing?
No, that's the only reason why I go to Target. The only way why I go to Target is because she takes me there.
God, I hate Target.
And does your wife also look at it like an adventure, like it's some sort, like it's a theme park, like it's an attraction itself?
It's Target. I mean, it's not. I mean, we don't go to Target that much, but I mean, yeah, most shopping experiences for women are adventures. You get the experience, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I say to her, like, you know, why I asked her, you know, one day, it's like, why do you need me to go there with you to Target? And she's like, because I like to hear your opinion on things. And then she'll say, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Too expensive.
Cheaper at Walmart.
Yeah. But
hey guys, in the States they give you, when you work for a company, they give you vouchers. You know, well, here in Mexico it's a common thing. My company gave so what I do is I gave my car to my wife and she goes and does the shopping and I wait in the car because I hate going to Walmart or whatever.
You don't like Alex?
No, I'm saying retailers in general.
Look,
they get so crowded.
Walmart is my Target. Like, you know, women like Target. I like Walmart. I love it's just so big. Everything's affordable and discounted.
And what about Costco? People are saying Costco, and I think it's a good option.
Screw Costco. You gotta pay a freaking membership.
Tell you what, someone just said the best one in my opinion. Yeah, that one. Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up
Yeah.
too. That's a
Wow.
great.
Why did I think of that one? Why did I think of that one?
You know, I
Yeah.
thought about buying Berkshire, but then I realized I didn't have
Well,
Walmart. So
I'll put in a
maybe
caveat. Berkshire Hathaway with immortal Warren Buffett. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm
Berkshire
buying
Hathaway
Berkshire
with
with Warren
Warren
dies.
Dude, but hold on.
Oh, you're buying? Oh, yeah, because you think, yeah, it's probably going to do it. Yes, I think it will do that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Fabio,
Yeah.
you don't think that Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have trained their successor already in
Yeah.
exactly how they want it done?
You're looking at him.
So how much training did they give you? No, but I'm just saying. I think whoever.
You got tattooed chef Chris. Let me tell you.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think whoever takes over Berkshire is going to be buying Palantir and tattooed truckers' taint. You know.
I mean,
I don't know, man. You never know. Like you may think they've trained somebody, and then you get this new. That's a problem with active management. You just don't know what you're gonna get, and the guy can be totally freaking different.
uncertainties and just exactly. I mean, but the thing with Berkshire, sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It just came to me, but like with Berkshire, when either one of those two, Charlie Munger or Warren Buffett, pass, if that stock starts tanking, I'm gonna have to look at the B shares really hard.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I mean, you can buy fractional shares. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they're
How much
the
is
thing
it,
with
Fabio, right now? The
Berkshire?
A series? Yeah.
Oh, the A shares. I think they're like 400,000.
Yeah.
I think somebody put it in here. I think it's like $369,000.
Yeah.
freaking
No,
Christ.
479.
479. Okay.
Yeah. $479,000 for one share. And you, by the way, do you guys know that if you own shares of Berkshire, you do get discounts on all of the businesses that they do own? Like you get discounts on Geico. Fun fact.
Really?
Wait, like how
Yeah, I'm
many
not sure
shares?
what
Fractional share and get
Like
it
how
in
many
No.
shares do you have to own?
I don't know any of those details, unfortunately, but I do know that they
Because
offer
if it's a
it.
good enough discount, it would behoove me to just go, I got one share of Berkshire B because I use Geico for insurance.
Yeah, same.
Geico is the best run insurance company it's just not publicly traded. So when I say best run insurance company, I typically refer to Progressive because I can't talk about really Geico too much because they're not publicly traded. But what I was going to say with that is Berkshire, the problem with Berkshire now is they are a business that buys businesses. And as they get huge, it's really hard. Large numbers. That's the obvious. Everyone knows that. But
Yeah, Geico's a great insurance. Like every time I want a policy, Geico's always the most affordable.
Yep.
And they have a Gecko, dude. And they have like the what is it? The what's like the ape man? What's it called? I'm drawing a blank right now. They're commercials.
The ape man.
They have like an ape.
Caveman.
The cave. Oh. No, it's not a caveman. It's like no, damn it. I'm forgetting what it's called. I feel like an idiot. But there's like a it's like a myth in the United States. You go out in the woods, you go out in the mountains, and there's like a ape man, a humanoid. Bigfoot. There you go.
Ape man. I was like, what? What is that?
You're mixing the ape father with
ape father, ape man.
I've had too much beer. All right. Well, on that note, I think we're gonna close the stream. I'm talking on my ass right now.
Hey Fabio, are you coming? Yeah, I just want to ask Fabio, we're having an interview tomorrow. Okay.
Tomorrow. I'm good for that time. 11. I don't mind. Let's do it.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, man. I'll see you.
All right. Well, everybody, you have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Peace. Bye, Jay. Even though I don't know, you're taking a dump or something.
Oh,
you're checking Pornhub.
Are we done?
Hey,
we're done.
All right, guys. Well, I'll see you next Saturday.
See you next Saturday, 8 man.
All right.
See you guys.
See you guys.